B.B. King, born Riley B. King, September 16, 1925, is an American blues musician, singer, songwriter, and guitarist. Rolling Stone magazine ranked him at number 6 on its 2011 list of the 100 greatest guitarists of all time, previously ranked number 3 in the 2003 edition of the same list, and he was ranked number 17 in Gibson's Top 50 Guitarists of All Time. According to Edward M. Komara, King introduced a sophisticated style of soloing based on fluid string bending and shimmering vibrato that would influence virtually every electric blues guitarist that followed. King was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1987. King was also inducted into 2014 class of the R&B Music Hall of Fame. He is considered one of the most influential blues musicians of all time, earning the nickname the King of Blues, and one of the three kings of the blues guitar, along with Albert King and Freddie King. King is also known for performing tirelessly throughout his musical career, appearing at 250 to 300 concerts per year until his 70s. In 1956 it was noted that he appeared at 342 shows. King continues to appear at 100 shows a year. Over the years, King has developed one of the world's most identifiable guitar styles. He borrowed from Blind Lemon Jefferson, T-Bone Walker, and others, integrating his precise and complex vocal-like string bends and his left-hand vibrato, both of which have become indispensable components of rock guitarists' vocabulary. His economy and phrasing has been a model for thousands of players. King has mixed blues, jazz, swing, mainstream pop, and jump into a unique sound. In King's words, "When I sing, I play in my mind. The minute I stop singing orally, I start to sing by playing Lucille." Riley B. King was born on September 16, 1925, on a cotton plantation near the town of Itabena, Mississippi, the son of sharecroppers Albert and Nora Ella King. He considers the nearby city of Indianola, Mississippi to be his home. Citation needed. When Riley was 4 years old, his mother left his father for another man, and the boy was raised by his maternal grandmother, Elnora Farr, in Kilmacle, Mississippi. While young, King sang in the gospel choir at Elkhorn Baptist Church in Kilmacle. It seems that at the age of 12, he purchased his first guitar for $15, although another source indicates he was given his first guitar by Buka White, his mother's first cousin. King's grandmother and White's mother were sisters. In 1943, King left Kilmacle to work as a tractor driver and play guitar with the famous St. John's Quartet of Inverness, Mississippi, performing at area churches and on WGRM in Greenwood, Mississippi. In 1946, King followed Buka White to Memphis, Tennessee. White took him in for the next 10 months. However, King shortly returned to Mississippi, where he decided to prepare himself better for the next visit, and returned to West Memphis, Arkansas, 2 years later in 1948. He performed on Sonny Boy Williamson's radio program on KWEM in West Memphis, where he began to develop an audience. King's appearances led to steady engagements at the 16th Avenue Grill in West Memphis and later to a 10-minute spot on the Memphis radio station WDIA. King's spot became so popular, it was expanded and became the Sepia Swing Club. Initially he worked at WDIA as a singer and disc jockey, gaining the nickname Bale Street Blues Boy, which was later shortened to Blues Boy and finally to BB. It was there that he first met T-Bone Walker. King said, "Once I'd heard him for the first time, I knew I'd have to have an electric guitar myself. Had to have one, short of stealing." In 1949, King began recording songs under contract with Los Angeles-based RPM Records. Many of King's early recordings were produced by Sam Phillips, who later founded Sun Records. Before his RPM contract, King had debuted on Bullet Records by issuing the single Miss Martha King, 1949, which did not chart well. "My very first recordings in 1949 were for a company out of Nashville called Bullet, the Bullet Record Transcription Company," King recalls. "I had horns that very first session. I had Phineas Newborn on piano, his father played drums, and his brother, Calvin, played guitar with me. I had Tuff Green on bass, Ben Branch on tenor sax, his brother, Thomas Branch, on trumpet, and a lady trombone player. The newborn family were the house band at the famous Plantation Inn in West Memphis. King assembled his own band, the B.B. King Review, under the leadership of Millard Lee. The band initially consisted of Calvin Owens and Kenneth Sands, trumpet, Lawrence Burden, alto saxophone, George Coleman, tenor saxophone, Floyd Newman, baritone saxophone, Millard Lee, piano, George Joyner, bass, and Earl Forrest and Ted Curry, drums. Ozzie Horn was a trained musician elicited as an arranger to assist King with his compositions. By his own admission, he cannot play chords well 19 and always relies on improvisation. This was followed by tours across the USA with performances in major theaters in cities such as Washington, D.C., Chicago, Los Angeles, Detroit, and St. Louis, as well as numerous gigs in small clubs and juke joints of the southern U.S. states. In the winter of 1949, King played at a dance hall in Twist, Arkansas. In order to heat the hall, a barrel half filled with kerosene was lit, a fairly common practice at the time. During a performance, two men began to fight, knocking over the burning barrel and sending burning fuel across the floor. The hall burst into flames, which triggered an evacuation. Once outside, King realized that he had left his guitar inside the burning building. He entered the blaze to retrieve his beloved instrument, a Gibson hollow electric. The next day, King learned that the two men were fighting over a woman named Lucille. King named that first guitar Lucille, as well as every one he owned since that experience, as a reminder never again to do something as stupid as to fight over a woman or run into a burning building. Following his first Billboard magazine Rhythm and Blues charts number 1, 3 O'Clock Blues, February 1952, B.B. King became one of the most important names in R&B music in the 1950s, amassing an impressive list of hits including You Know I Love You, Woke Up This Morning, Please Love Me, When My Heart Beats Like a Hammer, Whole Lotta Love, You Upset Me Baby, Every Day I Have the Blues, Sneakin' Around, 10 Long Years, Bad Luck, Sweet Little Angel, On My Word of Honor, and Please Accept My Love. This led to a significant increase in his weekly earnings, from about $85 to $2,500, with appearances at major venues such as the Howard Theater in Washington and the Apollo in New York, as well as touring the entire Chitlin circuit. 1956 became a record-breaking year, with 342 concerts booked and 3 recording sessions. That same year he founded his own record label, Blues Boys Kingdom, with headquarters at Bale Street in Memphis. There, among other projects, he produced artists such as Millard Lee and Levi Seabury. In 1962, King signed to ABC Paramount Records, which was later absorbed into MCA Records, and this hence into his current label, Geffen Records. In November 1964, King recorded the Live at the Regal album at the Regal Theater in Chicago, Illinois. King won a 1970 Grammy Award for the song The Thrill Is Gone. His version became a hit on both the pop and R&B charts, which was rare during that time for an R&B artist. It also gained the number 183 spot in Rolling Stone magazine's 500 Greatest Songs of All Time. He gained further visibility among rock audiences as an opening act on the Rolling Stones' 1969 American tour. King's mainstream success continued throughout the 1970s with songs like To Know You Is to Love You and I Like to Live the Love. King was inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame in 1980, and into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1987. In 2004 he was awarded the International Polar Music Prize, given to artists in recognition of exceptional achievements in the creation and advancement of music. From the 1980s onward he has continued to maintain a highly visible and active career, appearing on numerous television shows and performing 300 nights a year. In 1988, King reached a new generation of fans with the single When Love Comes to Town, a collaborative effort between King and the Irish band U2 on their Rattle and Hum album. Also that year King played for the 1988 Republican National Convention at the behest of Lee Atwater, chairman of the Republican Party. King has remained friendly with the Bush family ever since, and in 1990 was awarded the Presidential Medal of the Arts by George H.W. Bush and the Medal of Freedom by George W. Bush in 2008. In 2000, King teamed up with guitarist Eric Clapton to record Riding with the King. In 1998, King appeared in the Blues Brothers 2000, playing the part of the lead singer of the Louisiana Gator Boys, along with Clapton, Dr. John, Coco Taylor, and Bo Diddley. King performed a version of Chains and Things with Carole King on his box set King of the Blues. 2006 present, farewell tour and later activities. In 2006, King went on a farewell world tour, although he has been active ever since it ended. The tour was partly supported by Northern Irish guitarist Gary Moore, with whom King had previously toured and recorded, including the song Since I Met You Baby. It started in the UK, and continued with performances in the Montreux Jazz Festival and in Zurich at the Blues at Sunset. During his show in Montreux at the Stravinsky Hall, he jammed with Joe Sample, Randy Crawford, David Sanborn, Gladys Knight, Lela James, Andre Bika, Earl Thomas, Stanley Clarke, John McLaughlin, Barbara Hendricks, and George Duke. The European leg of the farewell tour ended in Luxembourg on September 19, 2006, at the De Coke Arena. Support act, Todd Sharpville. In November and December, King played 6 times in Brazil. In June 2006, King was present at a memorial of his first radio broadcast at the Three Deuces building in Greenwood, Mississippi, where an official marker of the Mississippi Blues Trail was erected. The same month, a groundbreaking was held for a new museum, dedicated to King. In Indianola, Mississippi, the B.B. King Museum and Delta Interpretive Center opened on September 13, 2008. In late October 2006, he recorded a concert CD and DVD entitled B.B. King, live at his B.B. King Blues Clubs in Nashville and Memphis. The 4-night production featured his regular B.B. King Blues Band and captured his show as he performs it nightly around the world. It was his first live performance recording in 14 years. In 2007, King played at Eric Clapton's second Crossroads Guitar Festival. Parts of this performance were subsequently aired in a PBS broadcast and released on the Crossroads 2 DVD, contributed the song Goin' Home, to Goin' Home, a tribute to Fats Domino, with Yvonne Neville's Dumps to Funk, and One Shoe Blues to Sandra Boynton's children's album Blue Moo, accompanied by a pair of sock puppets in the video. In the summer of 2008, King played at the Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival in Manchester, Tennessee, the Chicago Blues Festival, and at the Monterey Blues Festival. On the winter, King was the closing act at the 51st Grammy nomination concert, and played at the Kennedy Center Honors Awards show. His performance was in honor of actor Morgan Freeman. Also in 2008 he was inducted into the Hollywood Bowl Hall of Fame alongside Liza Minnelli and Sir James Galway, and SiriusXM Radio's Bluesville channel was renamed B.B. King's Bluesville. In summer 2009, King started a European tour with concerts in France, Germany, Belgium, Finland, and Denmark. King performed at the Mawazine Festival in Rabat, Morocco, on May 27, 2010. In June 2010, King performed at 2010 Crossroads Guitar Festival with the Robert Cray Band, Jimmy Vaughan, and Eric Clapton. In March 2010, King contributed to Cyndi Lauper's album Memphis Blues, which was released on June 22, 2010. In 2011, King played at the Glastonbury Music Festival, and in the Royal Albert Hall, London, supported by Derek Trucks and Susan Tedeschi, Ronnie Wood, Mick Hucknall, and Slash. On February 21, 2012, King was among the performers of In Performance at the White House, Red, White, and Blues, during which Barack Obama sang part of Sweet Home Chicago. King recorded for the debut album of rapper and producer Big K.R.I.T., who also hails from Mississippi. On July 5, 2012, King performed a concert at the Byblos Festival, Lebanon. On May 26, 2013, King appeared at New Orleans Jazz Festival. Over a period of 64 years, King has played in excess of 15,000 performances. A feature documentary about B.B. King, narrated by Morgan Freeman, and directed by John Brewer, was released on October 15, 2012. Equipment. B.B. King uses simple equipment. He played guitars made by different manufacturers early in his career. He played a Fender Telecaster on most of his recordings with RPM Records, USA. However, he is best known for playing variants of the Gibson ES-355. In 1980, Gibson Guitar Corporation launched the B.B. King Lucille model. In 2005, Gibson made a special run of 80 Gibson Lucilles, referred to as the 80th Birthday Lucille, the first prototype of which was given as a birthday gift to King, and which he has been using ever since. King uses Lab Series L52X12 combo amp and has been using this amp for a long time. The amp was made by Norlin Industries for Gibson in the 1970s and 80s. Other popular L5 users are Alan Holdsworth and Ty Tabor of King's X. The L5 has an onboard compressor, parametric EQ, and 4 inputs. King has also used a Fender twin reverb. He uses his signature model strings Gibson Seg BB Is B.B. King signature electric guitar strings with gauges 10-13-17 P32W 45W 54W and Dandria 351 MD Shoal CX, medium 0.71 mm, tortoise shell, celluloid, picks. In 1991, B.B. King's Blues Club opened on Bale Street in Memphis, and in 1994, a second club was launched at Universal City Walk in Los Angeles. A third club in New York City's Times Square opened in June 2000. 2 further clubs opened at Foxwoods Casino in Connecticut in January 2002 and another in Nashville in 2003. A club in West Palm Beach opened in the fall of 2009 and an additional one, based in the Mirage Hotel, Las Vegas, opened in the winter of 2009. In 2007, a B.B. King's Blues Club in Orlando opened on International Drive. The Memphis, Nashville, Orlando, West Palm Beach and Las Vegas clubs are all the same company. Legacy. King is widely regarded as one of the most influential blues guitarists of all time, inspiring countless other electric blues and blues rock guitarists. Philanthropy. In 2001, King signed on as an official supporter of Little Kids Rock, a non-profit organization that provides free musical instruments and instruction to children in underprivileged public schools throughout the U.S. He sits on LKR's honorary board of directors. TV appearances. B.B. King has made guest appearances in numerous popular television shows, including The Cosby Show, The Young and the Restless, General Hospital, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Sesame Street, Married, with Children, Sanford and Son, and Touched by an Angel. He also had a cameo in the movie Spies Like Us. He voiced in the last episode of Cow and Chicken. A version of B.B. King was made for the popular kids show Between the Lions, in which Theo played as a singer named B.B. the King of Beasts. King appeared in a 2014 commercial for the Toyota Camry with the Lucille guitar after the guitar was found in a storage locker and signed by King himself. King, who is also a diabetic, appeared in TV commercials for Onet Ouch Ultra from 2002-05, and again in 2011 with Crystal Bowersox. Personal life. King has been married twice, to Martha Lee Denton, 1946-1952, and to Sue Carol Hall, 1958-1966. Both marriages ended because of the heavy demands made on the marriage by King's 250 performances a year. It is reported that he has fathered 15 children and, as of 2004, had 50 grandchildren. He has lived with type 2 diabetes for over 20 years and is a high-profile spokesman in the fight against the disease, appearing in advertisements for diabetes management products along with American Idol Season 9 contestant Crystal Bowersox. King is an FAA-licensed private pilot and learned to fly in 1963 at what was then Chicago Hammond Airport in Lansing, Illinois. He frequently flew to gigs, but under the advice of his insurance company and manager in 1995, King was asked to fly only with another licensed pilot, and as a result, King stopped flying around the age of 70. His favorite singer is Frank Sinatra. In his autobiography, King speaks about how he was, and is, a Sinatra nut and how he went to bed every night listening to Sinatra's classic album in the wee small hours. King has credited Sinatra for opening doors to black entertainers who were not given the chance to play in white-dominated venues. Sinatra got B.B. King into the main clubs in Las Vegas during the 1960s. On May 1, 2015, King announced on his website that he was in hospice care at his home in Las Vegas, Nevada.